I have a hose. It's raining. Not really. Hey guys, Danielle at Summerfield Farm and Draft Horses here, and it's raining. I have a yellow rain slicker on, and it's really not raining. It's really not raining. Not really. I have a hose. It's raining. Not really. But why am I doing this? Why am I standing here with a hose and it's raining? I'll show you. Well, it's actually a beautiful sunny day, and I've got a raincoat here. It's made from condor, and I feel like I'm in a rubber glove that I do my dishes with. You know, when you're a little kid, you get those bright, big yellow rubber gloves. Well, that's what I feel like I'm in. It's kind of neat. They even sound like it. Well, a couple things here. This one actually is a nice coat. It's got a hood on it, and goes down in there. And behind me there is a couple other pieces that I'm going to show you. And I've got this one. It's really super long. See? Look, it's really, really super long. Hold on, I'll show you. See? Let me see if I can get my camera to be just right. It's way long. The fence is right there. I don't want to back up too much. Look at it. This one's kind of neat too. Got a nice little collar on it. Oh, wait. And it's got a hat. I think this one snaps into it. Yeah, it does. I think so, yeah. I don't know. It's a hat. Hold on. These ones are the most fun. Aren't they cool? They're like hip waders. This is size small. Wait. It's better. Gotta put on the hat. There. Now, I'm ready to go fishing. But we're not here to go fishing. I'm here to talk about that guy right there. Hi, Jarvis. Hi, buddy. Let's go see him. Oh, you're gonna come here. Hi. Oh. Hello. What do you think? I know it walks in front of me. What do you think? I know I smell funny. It's alright. Yeah, that's a boy. He's a good boy. I know. I smell it. I know. I sound so funny. I know. Okay. Put those there. Whew. These are hot. Ooh. But they're really big. They fit like right over all my clothes and my boots and everything. So, why do I have these? Why am I showing you these? why am I out here in 90-degree weather showing you slickers? I'll tell you. Come on out to pasture with me. Sorry if I'm a little wiggly. I got you on my tripod. So I'm gonna put this up and over. And I'm gonna carry my tripod out in the pasture. The boys are way over there now. Darcy! Jarvis! Come here, buddy! Come on! He's like, no, you're gonna be scary. So let's come on over here. Sorry, I'm a little bit of a mess. But, you know, the hat is definitely interesting. So I want you to meet somebody, wherever she might be. She's gone and disappeared. Huh. Oh well. Where'd she go? There she is. She's hanging out with the chickens. Hold on. So, there she is. Hi, girl. How you doing? That's the new girl. There she is. Hey, baby girl. Just paper. Anyway, wanted to bring you over and introduce you to the new girl in the town. And she's a little nervy. She hasn't quite settled in. This has only been her first day here. So we're finding that she really likes to have company, which is okay. I like that, you know, because she runs back and forth. She's got the cutest little whinny. I'll put it in right now. I hear you crying. There it is. Isn't it cute? Oh my gosh, it's adorable. So, today is going to be a little special day. It's mail day. And I don't really have a lot of these because I don't get a lot of mail. Let me see if I can get her in a frame here. Let's see if I can raise you guys up here just a minute. There. See if I can get her in a frame. There we go. So today's mail day. Like I said, I don't get a lot of mail, but today I got a care package, and that's what all that craziness was about. A gentleman called Bob's Real Rain Slickers. He sent me those. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it. They're going to be a lot of fun once the horses get used to them. As you can see, Jarvis wasn't really happy about it, but we'll get used to them. They're a lot of fun. They're really hot. It'll be nice in the wintertime, I suppose, when we're out in the rain and the snow and let you go. And we'll be able to use them, especially in the pouring down rain. So I'll put all his information in the description. That way, if you guys need some like real heavy duty rain gear, I don't know what kind of jobs you have, but if you're outside a lot, I'm sure they can get tailored to have like little snaps on the sleeves so they're not so big and bulky. Or if you want to just have them tailored small. It's really cool. It's made really well. I really like them. Thank you. Appreciate it. So I got a couple questions in here too about new horses in the winter, new horses the summertime, how to acclimate them traveling, because she came from, where are you going? She's gonna go check out the chickens. She came from the coast, and it's about, 5.5 hour drive from here. Thankfully, I was at my mom's visiting. It was her birthday, so I kind of made it like a half and half, because it's 3 hours to my mom's and then 3 hours over to there from where my mom is. So she laid over in my mom's backyard, and I'll put a little clip right. Actually, wait a minute. You guys already saw it. Well, I'll put a clip in here anyway. Come on, shake. So yeah, she was in the backyard, and she kind of hung out for a little while. She kind of got a little rest between this long trip, and so that brings up a couple of questions, and I wrote them down so I wouldn't forget them. And one of them is, do I have to watch the horses closer in the heat? Yes and no. Um, Darcy, yes, very much so, because he's got Cushing's, he's got the thicker coat, so I really have to keep an eye on him and his breathing when it gets really, really super hot. Jarvis, yeah, I watch him because he sweats a lot, so I want to make sure he doesn't overheat and that he's drinking water. So because I can actually have these guys here on the property, I can watch them 24/7 if I need to. But for people that have to board, or they have to be away at work and they don't get to see their horse all the time, it's really super important to keep an eye on your horse. And let me see here, I'm all crooked, I'm a little wonky here. Oh, try that all. Yeah, maybe that'll help. Okay. Just to kind of notice what your horse is doing when you go visit it. So if your horse is breathing heavier or isn't sweating and all the other horses are, that should give you a little clue. Eeyore, what was that, buddy? That should give you a little clue something happened over there. The dogs are outside and Eeyore just jumped about 10 feet in the air. I don't know. Hold on a second, I'll be right back. You checking out the camera? Yeah? You'll have to get used to that, because I do this a lot. It's okay. I know it's a piece of paper. You checking out the paper? There you go. Good girl. She's looking at the paper, so I'm not going to move it because she looks a little nervous. Yeah? What do you think? Yeah, it's okay. It's just a piece of paper. See? That's all it is. There you go. Good girl. Yeah, good girl. So, to continue on, what I was talking about over there is, do you have to watch your horses in the heat? I'm going to say yes, I do, depending on where you're from. Horses can overheat really easy during exercise. These guys just kind of hanging around, so they're not going to overheat so much, but you do want to keep an eye on their breathing. And, excuse me, ma'am. Thank you. You want to keep an eye on their breathing, whether or not they look like they're stressed, whether they're sweating, if they're drinking enough water, all that stuff. You really want to keep an eye on all that. Let's see if I can get you in a frame here. So, yeah, the other question I have is, do you have to check on the horses during travel? Yes, absolutely. A lot of horses travel across the country. They're in these really giant motor coaches, or they're in small trailers. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, you should watch your horses and keep an eye on them. Make sure that they've got plenty of hay. If you're on the highway, I would stop once every 3 to 5 hours for about 15-20 minutes. Let their legs kind of settle a little bit. If you're going to continue on and do another stretch of 3 or 5 hours, then yes, I would definitely let them sit and relax for a minute. Let their legs kind of get relaxed a little bit from the vibrations, because you want to let them rest, because it takes a lot. They're standing on all 4 legs, and they're trying to adjust with the road and the way you're driving. If you have to pass a car, here, let me see if I can do this. There. Because I know you guys are going to want to see the new girl. So if you're passing new cars and stuff like that and you're moving, the horse is always trying to stay straight. Try to stand on one of those funky funhouse floors and see how long you can stand up while not holding on to anything. And that's kind of like what they're doing. Lex, Eeyore, get. Going after the chickens. So yeah, I would stop as much as possible. If you can do an overnight, that's even better. But a lot of people can't do that because they're trying to get from one place to another. But I happen to be lucky where I could stop for overnight, let her rest overnight, and then continue on. But I think every 5 hours is the given for stopping and resting. Good question. I have another question. It says how to introduce new horses. Oh boy. Well, if you saw my other video and another clip, you saw the wrong way to introduce new horses to each other. There's a whole bunch of different ways, really. You can just throw them all in there and, you know, figure out what's going on, you know, let them figure it out. It's not the best way to do it, not in my mind, but you can. You'll have a lot of kicking and biting and somebody might get hurt, which is not good, so that I don't suggest. A lot of people will do a quarantine, which you should quarantine a new horse to the herd anyway, because even if they travel or if they've been in a closed barn, meaning no in and out, nobody's coming in and out a lot, you're not having a lot of revolving horses coming in and out of your barn. If you have a closed barn, even if the horse has to travel, they can still come down with some stress illnesses. So you want to make sure you kind of keep them quarantined from your other horses for a little while, at least a week. 2 weeks is ideal. If you buy them from like a auction or a feedlot or kill pen or something like that, you definitely want to quarantine for minimum of 21 days to 30 days. And you don't want any nose to nose, you don't want any type of, you want to have at least, I think it's like 500 feet between the horse and the other horses so no diseases can get transmitted. And then you definitely slowly bring them in together, a couple of days nose to nose over the fence, and then most of the time it's pretty easy just to let them all in, except for Mr. Big White and Fluffy. He doesn't take newcomers very well, apparently, at least not here. He did really well when we were boarding, when there was like 18 other horses, and he was just like, oh, okay, you're new, no big deal, you know. But here it's totally different. It's just him and Jack. It was him and Jack at the time, but now it's just him and Darcy. So another horse comes in. I have no idea how this is going to work out. I mean, this is day 2, so she doesn't know me. She doesn't trust me quite yet, and I haven't done any work with her. I've just kind of chucked her out here and you know, just kind of let her relax and be a horse for a little bit. And then tomorrow we'll start doing some more work with her. I'll take her back out and see what she knows and so forth. And then I'll start my videos there. So yeah, introducing new horses, there's a ton of different methods you can do it. So many people have so many different ways. There's no real wrong way to do it. There's a lot of ways that aren't ideal, but I don't think there's any wrong way to do it. I'm just going to leave it there. Another question is, how much work is there to do during acclimating time and the process of the applicating process? And that's actually what I'm going to do here. While she gets acclimated here to this new place, and then the boys and the signs, the chickens and the dogs running around. Eeyore, leave it alone. Hey! Hey! Stop. Yes, I'm talking to you. So yeah, while I'm getting her acclimated here, I'm gonna be doing an awful lot of work. There's tests and everything that I like to do. A lot of people don't. They just kind of take a horse for granted and they just get up and they get on and they go off and whatever happens, happens. But I really want to know what she knows. So I have a couple of tests that I do. I want to make sure that she knows some ground manners. Yeah, there's a lot of work that's involved with it. You got to keep an eye on them health-wise. You got to make sure that they're eating properly and drinking properly. You got to make sure that especially if you're going to be like an eventing horse or something, you want to make sure that they're physically fit. You want to bring them to the vet. Hello. You want to also make sure if you're going to be driving, or you want to make sure they can take the harness and so forth. If you're going to ride endurance or trail riding, there's so many other ways, a lot of things that you can put them through to see while they're being acclimated. You can do a lot of groundwork. So yeah, if they're a little shy with ground manners, now's a great time to do ground training, stacking out with a couple things before you introduce them to the other horses, because now it's just the two of you. It's just she and me out here. So she can focus on me, which is what she's doing, which is kind of cool. Either that or she's looking at the chickens. So yeah, depending on who you are, what you're planning on doing with your horse, there can be minimal work where you could just chuck them out here and let them be their horse, and you know, if you want them as a pasture pet, or if you want to trail ride them, you got to kind of find out where they are as far as spookiness. So you want to put them through some paces there. But you have anywhere between 7 to 30 days to do a bunch of things, a whole bunch of things. Take the time, go through it, get them wormed, get them vetted, get your farrier out here. If they need some chiropractic, get your chiropractor out. Give them a bath, you know, bond with them, come out and with their, don't just give them their food and walk away, you know, come out and brush them, you know, while they're eating, and pick up their feet and just kind of hang out here and pasture with them, so they kind of know who you are, your energy level. You can feel their energy level. So yeah, there's a ton of work. You can either do a ton of work or you don't need to do a ton of work, but for me, there's a ton of work. You guys will see the videos as they come along. So that's that for my questions. I hope that answers your questions. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you sending them in. I mean, it was pretty cool to get this in my email this morning. So many questions from so many people. It's really kind of cool. So now on this little card are some names. You guys are really cool about some names too. She's gone in there to eat some hay. Let me see if I can move this. Oh, you can only see her butt. Oh, that's all right. You're gonna have to see her butt. Couple people, Linda, thank you so much. Yours was Miss Gypsy. That's kind of cool. I like that name, Miss Gypsy. It looks like a little bit like a Gypsy Vanner, kind of like what Darcy is. I don't know, I think I might get her DNA tested. What do you guys think? Yeah, I have to pick 30 to 40 follicles out of her mane or her tail with the follicle intact. That's probably a little painful, so I might wait on that, but it's not very expensive. But it'll be kind of neat to see if she's full Belgian, or if she's a Belgian cross, or if she's maybe a halflinger, a really big halflinger. She certainly looks it. So yeah, I might do that. But Miss Gypsy, that's pretty cool. And then Boomer Blade, he writes in Edith. And Edith is kind of neat too, because of Jarvis. Jarvis was Iron Man. He was named after Iron Man. Now you can't see her. She's all the way in the run-in now. But Jarvis was just another, what was it? Jarvis. Just another remote virtual assistant thing. I think that's what it was. It's a little acronym. You guys will have to look it up. But Edith is another acronym. And if you guys are geeky like me a little bit, Tony Stark had some glasses on a couple of his episodes, and before he died, he gave them to Peter Parker, Spider-Man. And Edith is another AI. She was built into the glasses, and she would record things and do voice commands on certain things. It's actually pretty cool. So yeah, Boomer Blade, that's kind of neat too. I like that. It kind of goes along with our Iron Man theme that we have between the two drafts. It's pretty cool. I think she kind of looks like an Edith. My neighbor heard her crying this morning. She says squeakers. She says her whinny is so cute, it's like squeaky. So that's where I got it this morning, and this afternoon she came over and she thought it was kind of neat. I got a couple of emails. One was Guinevere. Now that is a very big name for a little draft horse, right? Yeah. She's in there. Let me see if I can move a little bit before, there. She's in there eating her hay. I put some hay in there. I've got an older water bucket that doesn't keep water anymore, so I put it in there, and I put hay in there so that they're not eating off the ground when it gets wet in there. But she seems to be pretty happy. But yeah, Guinevere, what a name. That is really cool. Lily, that was kind of neat. Sarah, thank you very much. I don't know if you're watching, but yeah, Lily, that's pretty cool. My dog's name, my mom has a Papillon, and her name is Lily. So, and they're the same color. So yeah, that's kind of neat too. And then, I apologize if I'm not saying this right. It came from Zan Wow. I think that's Xan, Zan, or yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. Um, she said, what about Kalina? Now, I hope that's how I said it. I had to ask Alexa on how to pronounce this right. It's spelled Chollima. So I think it's Kalima. And it's I guess, I did some research on it because it was such an unusual name, that it's from Chinese mythology. And since I don't know Chinese mythology very well, I just know, our mythology. But I guess it's like she was a winged horse, and the Chinese mythology says that she could gallop 1,000 miles per day, and she was impossible to ride by any human. I might pass on that name initially. Then I read more into it, and then it also referred to great talent or ability. So you could take it either way. She could be of great talent and ability, which would be awesome if she was of great talent and great ability of everything. That would be really cool. I think that's every equestrian owner's dream, that they have a horse that is good at everything, or is impossible to ride. So I'm not sure. I'm going to sleep on that one, but I'll keep that in here. So thank you guys very much for submitting your names, putting them in the comments in some of the other videos, and sending me emails. I mean, this is pretty cool. These are really neat to start getting. I wasn't getting too many before. I mean, I only have a couple subscribers, but I guess my videos are being passed along from person to person, either on Facebook, through our Facebook page, or our Pinterest account, or something like that. So it's way cool. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. So yeah, I'll probably, you gotta pick a name. Probably in a week or so, I'm thinking. I'll probably see more of her personality when I start doing some groundwork with her, when you guys start to see some videos. I've got my blue buckets over there, my big barrels, so I'll bring out a couple things. She was spooky about a piece of paper, so I'm gathering she's going to be pretty spooky over a bunch of things. She's jumpy because she doesn't know where she is. She's kind of unfamiliar with a lot of things. This is what I've got so far. But she's not jumpy as in spooky, I'm going to run off and take off and tear myself out of a frame. I'm not going to do anything like that. But she's just more like, oh, what was that? Or, I'm not sure of that. This is all new. She's not sure if anything's going to eat her. But the boys are over there. She can see the boys. She's in there. But come on in and meet her a little bit closer. Yeah, oops. Let's see how she is with me holding the camera. I'm going to walk in a little slow. I'm going to hang out in here with her. Hey girl, how are you? How are you? Hang out in here with you for a little bit? Yeah? You're making a mess on the ground. So yeah, there she is. She's about 16 hands high, and she's either 13 or 16 years old. We don't really know. I thought she said that she was 16 years old, but she looks a little younger. I'll have to look at her teeth. She's got a vet appointment pretty soon. But, she hears something. What is it? Oh, now you're feeling better. But I'm going to go get her some alfalfa, and I get some bird nests in here. There's a bird nest in there. There was one there last year. So I'm going to let her eat for a little bit. Hey, girl. Hi, sweetheart. Yeah, see how she's a little tense right there? Yeah, you're a little sweaty. You could use a good brushing. But she's very steady. Once she realizes what you're doing, and that she's not going to get hit or beat or, something, I don't know. From what I understand, the people that we got her from, they got her from a bad situation. So, I don't know. There's a lot of work you can do in 4 months. But, we'll see what happens. So, anyway, I'm going to leave you guys with the chickens. I'm going to say hello to the chickens. Hello, chickens. Hi, chickens. You guys have a great day. Yeah, come on out, chickens. Come on out and say hello. See, they're all hot, too. Some of them are panting. They're a little hot. eggs do we got today? 6? 7? 8? Yeah? 8? That's ugly pants. Yeah, how many do you think? 8? 6. 6, okay. Alright guys, well I will see you next time, and thanks for the questions, thanks for the names, thanks for the care package. I mean, you guys are awesome. And you can see my P.O. box, that's on our website. So I will see you guys later, and come back to Summerfield Farm and draft horses.